By 2010, Jack was having some health issues, and you had a few different people begin to fill in, including, of course, the late Jani Lane from Warrant. And I believe this was one of the last things he did, I would imagine, before he tragically passed away. I think he started filling in a year or so prior to, I think he passed in 2011, right? Something like that.
Yeah. And doing great, because I'm a sober advocate. I work with, addicts and alcoholics and stuff.
Yeah.
Practically daily. And me and him were he was sober. He was professional, always on time. Wasn't drinking or anything, had his wife out with him, and just sang better than he had in years. And we were in touch daily. I used to send him meditation and prayer every day. He'd call me and say, dude, that hit home, and all this stuff. And we tried to identify his triggers, what makes him, slip or go off. And one of the things he said was not being busy, downtime. That's when the demons start hitting him. And that ended up unfortunately happening. A slip turned out to be fatal. It was just awful. But wonderful guy, just incredible talent. I think people realizing, he played drums on his album. The guy wrote everything. I mean, he's just a very gifted dude.
One final note, which you kind of alluded to earlier, but you've been sober for now, 15 years or something like that. It's been a while, which congratulations on that.
Yeah.
But you also help people who are actively struggling with addiction. And I think you said it all really kind of started because you're working with a lot of different people, and it really just started from a Facebook post that you put out however many years ago.
Yeah. I just thought, because I'm a pretty bad alcoholic, and I did it. So I figure that other people can do it too, that are in trouble, maybe suffering, maybe they're losing a lot, and so I just offered my sober friendship, encouragement, because I kind of was very ignorant to what it takes to get sober. I never, knew anything about programs or, I heard people go to rehab. I'm thinking like some kind of hospital situation. I didn't really know until I went to one, and it still took me a long time to get it, because I think that I didn't believe in this alcoholism, like it's a disease. I think that guy can drink normal. Why can't I? So I kept going back and trying it again and trying to be like that guy. And I just couldn't do it. I'm competitive too, I'm very competitive. So if some guy can drink 4 beers and watch a game, I can do that too,
Sure.
But I couldn't do it. I would do it okay for a couple of days, but then I was right back with the abuse again. So eventually I said, I can't do this. But as far as reaching out on Facebook, a guy gets a hold of me, he starts doing great. And then pretty soon it just, kind of snowballed to where I was speaking to a lot of people one-on-one, basically just sharing how I did it, and maybe they're fans of the band, or, maybe that's part of the reason at first they get a hold of me. But once we start talking about addiction and stuff like that, I've seen a lot of people do well, so it's kind of neat, to watch these sick people do better, because a lot of people, the abusive ones, they lose a lot. They lose families, jobs, and you get to a point where, so people have different bottoms. I'm not saying that would make them quit, but, some people can get a DUI and never drink again, you know what I mean? But then there's guys that just, no matter what they lose, they just can't stop. So, but I just thought maybe I can make a difference, because contribute a little bit. You know, it changed my life completely. So I just would like to see others, you know, do good too, you know, and maybe they can get some things back that they lost and start doing good.